Hello and welcome back to the Cop Council. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. If you are, then please let me know, let us know in the comment section down below. As you can see, I am joined by Mickey. This is going to be the match preview show for Liverpool versus Tottenham that happens at, is it 4:30 or 4:30 kickoff? I think it is.
4:30, yeah.
4:30 kickoff on Sunday. Big game. So, Mickey, how are you, my friend?
I'm okay. A little bit disappointed how we performed last Sunday. I thought we were well below par, which gave them a little bit of a chance. Happy with the result and Ox and Keita's displays on Wednesday. So I'm not too bad. Not too bad now. It's starting to look good again.
Yeah, it's one of these things that where I think nearly all of us were a bit downbeat from the game, but we had a nice Champions League win with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain being on fire, didn't we?
Oh, that second goal, man. Now, if Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi had scored that, it'd have been world headline news, front page of all newspapers. But he's not.
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, if you don't know Mickey is a part of the Cop Council. If you want to check him out, please check him out in the description down below. He'll be a regular figure on the channel. But like I did say, this is going to be the match preview for the Tottenham game. So, going into the Tottenham game, obviously, Spurs have been really out of form lately. They've been, well, quite terrible, in my opinion, anyway. But, this is a big game, top six game. What are your thoughts going into this game?
So I think Tottenham are a dangerous side. Over the last 5 or 6 years, apart from the last couple, they have been better than us. Something's gone awry there this season. I don't think it's a form dip. I think something's happening behind the scenes that we don't know about. Perhaps there was trouble. The manager wanted to leave and stuff like that. But it looks like they're probably turning the corner now. They had a lucky VAR. VAR should have ruled out their goal against Watford. So, I mean, they played Champions League and won considerably. But to be honest, who were they playing? Do you know what I mean? Bit like us. You can't judge their last game. I think, personally, I watched them against Man City. They got battered, but when they attacked, they scored both attacks. So that's what they've got in the locker. We've got to be tight at the back, because if not, they will score.
Yeah, definitely. I think that even though, like we have both said, that they haven't been on fire so far this season, they do still have deadly threats up front, and I think that it's okay to maybe look at it and go, oh, Spurs, they haven't done well. It should be easy 3 points, especially because it's at Anfield. But it is a very tough game, I don't think that it's going to be an easy game, and we do need to be on the get-go. As soon as the whistle goes, we need to be on the get-go. But with that being said, who do you think will be the biggest threat from Tottenham?
So you can't count out Kane. He can do nothing for 89 minutes, and then in that 1 minute, he's banged it in the net. So he's the big standout man for me. Then they've got Son, who I think's one of the best players in the Premier League, and I'd love Liverpool to sign him. He would had value and depth to that front line. Lucas Moura, yes, impact sub. When I've watched him last 2 seasons, he's come off the bench and did well. Yeah. They've got a few players. Dele Alli's coming back to a bit of form. They've got a goal threat throughout the whole side, and they've got goal threats from the bench. My problem is they just seem not to gel well as a team this season, and the back line's a bit suspect this year. Yeah. Having the second choice goalkeeper does help us a little bit with our attacking play. So to me, the standout player has got to be Son.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you guys can see, Mickey doesn't know this, but Son is the thumbnail of the video. Which for me, I'd love to have him at Liverpool. but I don't think that'll ever happen. But it's one of those things, in it, where he is a real good talent, like you just said, and it's just a shame that he's not ours, really, because I would want him at Liverpool. But it's like you said, Spurs they've got players there, like like you said, Harry Kane, Son, and Dele Alli. You can't say they're not good players, because they're quality players. But we said off camera, because we were talking before, guys. Spurs have had quite a lot of luck with VAR, and if you saw the game last week, we didn't have any good luck. Could VAR, in your opinion, be a big deciding factor in this game?
I hope not, because out of that game last week, the headline was VAR changed the game. So there was 3 decisions VAR looked at. It got 2 right, which was the penalty that we thought the one that hit Fred on the arm. Yeah. Our goal was rightly disallowed because he did touch his hand, and the new rules are if he touches the hand, it's going to go.
Handball.
You can't argue with that, and we knew the rule. You could say last season, oh well, it was accidental. It doesn't matter. It touched his hand. But that was a clear foul on Origi. They scored a goal directly from that foul, straight down. No, it was the same phase. VAR looked at it, and it just seems like a real crazy thing to do. If VAR isn't going to work for all decisions, it shouldn't be implemented for any. And last season, that game would have been 2-1 because both of them goals would have stood.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, our player, Andy Robbo, said it perfectly. I think after the United game, he said, if it's not perfect, why use it? And I think that is a very true thing. Like, it's like what we were saying off camera. If it's for handball and offside, then that is blatant and obvious. But then if it's causing controversial decisions through fouls and not giving goals and giving goals, then it needs to be looked at then. And like you said, hopefully it doesn't impact the game. But it's one of these things in it where you hope it doesn't happen. You hope it doesn't happen, but if it does happen, you hope it goes our way, really.
So for me, it does seem, and this isn't the case across Europe. It seems different in Europe, but in the Premier League, they don't. Apart from handball and offside, which is basically they can't say, well, the ref got that right, because they can't. Things that they can say are subjective or optional. They look at it. They will always go with the ref, even if he's wrong, and I don't think that's what VAR is for.
Yeah,
and basically, to me, as a ref, I would go, well, actually, I've got that wrong. I'd rather it get right from VAR than you say to me, oh, well, we're just going to back you. And we were talking off camera, weren't we? No one has gone to have a look at the TV screen. Yeah. Now, this is where I think VAR for next season could change, is give the clubs a chance to challenge the ref to come and look at the telly twice a game.
Yeah. It's like tennis, isn't it? Where you get 3 chances to overturn the call. So that's pretty a good idea, to be fair. And if you guys like that, then please leave it in the comment section below. But yeah, I really like that idea. I think that managers should be able to overturn and maybe get another look at an opinion on it. But that's our thoughts on VAR. And guys, please, like I said, let us know in the comment section down below. But we are now going to move on to our starting 11 lineup prediction for the Tottenham game. So, Mickey, who starts in your team?
So, it's got to be Alisson. He's come back from injury. Okay, he's letting 2 goals, but he's still been good. It's going to take him a couple more games just to get back up to date with the flow of everything. So definitely Alisson. It's got to be number 1. Back 4, if they're all fit, it will be Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robbo. But obviously there's doubts with Matip and Trent. So you've got to bring. I'd bring in Gomez for Trent and Lovren for Matip, and just hope Lovren doesn't have a Lovren moment. So midfield, this is really difficult. So against Spurs, does he go with the workhorses that don't create much, don't score much, or does he go for it? Just like the end as he did against Man United and what he did against Genk.
Yeah.
To me, Fabinho's definitely Stonewall on first player in the team, defensive mid. Genie, you got to pick him at the moment because of form. I think Genie's playing really well. He's playing well for Holland. He's come on leaps and bounds. He's turning into one of the best midfielders in the Premier League and a bit of an all-rounder. He can do the lot. He can do the attacking and he can sit back and do the number 6 role. And then I'm going with your boy. And I've not been a fan of his since he's got here, but I'm going with your boy because I was really impressed with what he did against Man United in the last 10 minutes. And to me, he was man of the match on Wednesday by a mile. He did 100 completed passes against Genk, which hasn't happened for a while from a Liverpool midfielder. And to be honest, there's not many midfielders in the world that can do that. I think he needs a run of games. He needs a bit of confidence. Playing against Spurs will give it him. And I think, could we finally see the player we brought from Leipzig?
Yeah.
I'm hoping so. So that's my midfield 3. And then up front, you've got to go with the front 3, and you Salah, Mane, and Firmino. They clicked into action against Genk again. I know they had a bit of an off day, losing the ball sometimes and whatever. But once they clicked, and you could just see the goals were going to come. It's like, I'm sorry to say, and people will hate me for this, but Origi is not the best player in the world. He's not great starting from the start. He seems to have Jekyll and Hyde thing. It reminds me of Rodney Rosenthal from the 80s. Remember telling you he's just playing from the start. He's a bag of crap. Yeah, but if he comes on as a sub, he's Cristiano Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? Or fat Ronaldo. So to me, I'd rather have him on the bench as an impact player. And so it's got to be the front 3 for me. But on that says to me in January we need to find another striker.
Yeah. I think it's one of these things, isn't it, where when one of those front 3 are missing, then it's they're missing. And it's like you said, when Divock Origi starts, it's like David and Gog, like very, very bad. And then when he comes on as a substitute, he's like Brazilian Ronaldo. Like, he's a completely different player, which is really, really weird. But I don't know why he's like that. But yeah, I'll take that, to be fair. If he comes on and scores 2 goals against Barcelona, I guess it's into a Champions League final, then I'm happy with that. But yeah, that is Mickey's prediction for his starting 11. Mine is pretty much the same as Mickey's. It is the exact same. It's Alisson in goal. I would go, but then to be fair, it has got one slight difference for me. Matip is 50-50, and it does look like he may be out of the Tottenham game. But for me, I'd go Trent, Gomez, Virgil, and Robbo. I think that back 5 last season was very, very good. And, why can't it be good this season? In the absence of Matip, even though Matip, for me, has probably been the best centre-back this season, even better than Virgil van Dijk. And then Fabinho can't be moved, in my opinion. He's irreplaceable at the minute. He's so good. And then Gini Wijnaldum, like what you said, for Holland and Liverpool, he's been superb. And then in that other midfield role, it does have a little bit of conversation. So, guys, please, in the comment section below, please let us know who you'd put there. But like what you said, you put in my man, which is Naby Keita. And, I love Naby Keita. Mickey knows how much I love Naby Keita. I think he's one of those players that is a real baller. But you could put an Ox. You could even put Henderson in there. But I think one man, Mickey, that I think we both forgot as well was James Milner. James Milner's getting quite forgotten about in the midfield.
Yeah, definitely. There's a shout for him if Trent isn't playing to play right back again. And there was doubts over Robbo, but I think talking to you today that he is in. But to me, Milner's got to be in the squad. He'll always be in the squad. He'll be on the bench. Come on.
Yeah.
It could be the battle of the benches, the game, because whoever brings on the players to change the game later on could make the difference. It depends on who they start, because if they put Moura on the bench, when we're tired towards the end, they bring him on. It's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, definitely. And I think when you look at it as well, it's like what you said about substitutes. I'm going for the front three anyway, but it's like we were talking a bit off camera, and we were saying about the likes of Adam Lallana, obviously come off the bench last week to score the equaliser, and it's one of these things where if we have impact substitutions, they can really change the game. And it's like what you said, it could be a battle of the benches, really.
Yeah, so sometimes these games are won off the bench, aren't they? If you look back in time, they can be one. I know we got the voodoo over them last year, didn't we? We won all 3 games, but they played a little bit more better than us in the cup final. But I think that's because we took an early lead and sat on it. So there's mitigating circumstances there. There's a shout. The Anfield game, in the second half, they were the better team by a mile. First half, we were all over them. Second half, they were all over us. They're unlucky not to come on. But I just think the Man City game, you look at it, they brought Lucas Moura on, and it changed the game. They got 2 goals and they got a draw. I know the VAR picked up the handball and City scored in the last minute, but they got, from a game they were absolutely annihilated from, they got something out of it. I know they've been struggling, but so have Man U.
Yeah.
And it's sort of, they only have to look at, we're at Anfield playing Liverpool. I'm sure it gives any team a 20% boost.
Yeah.
Because they want to try that little bit harder to beat us.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think they will want to beat us as well. They'll want to come and prove a point at Anfield, because obviously what happened in June when we won number 6, and 6 baby. But the whole of last season we beat them. We beat them when they were playing at Wembley. We beat them at Anfield, and then we beat them in Madrid. So this Spurs team is going to maybe want to come and prove something. Quite obviously, like, they need to, really. They need to show their own fans that they haven't given up for Pochettino, because things are going wrong for Spurs at the minute. But it's like you said, look at Manchester United. Manchester United have been struggling all season, and then they had the best game of the season against us. So it is one of those things, isn't it?
And just to add to that, the most frustrating thing was, I actually watched their game on Thursday, and they were back to being a bag of crap again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, what is going on? How did we draw with this team? What is going on? What did we do wrong?
I know. So for this game, then, who's your player to make a difference? Then your player to keep your eye on in this game.
So, like I said, I've been really impressed with Naby in his last game, and what he come on against Man United. And for all the time I've known you, I've been super critical of Naby, and I thought, what a waste of money. He needs to do more. And you keep saying to me, we need to give him time. So we've gave him the time, and he's starting to look a bit fresh and good. He needs a run of games. So to me, I'm going to go with Naby to make a big difference.
Yeah.
From the start. But the player to make a difference, I'm going to go for Lallana, and the other player on their side the 2 players on their side that could make a difference is Lucas Moura to come on as a sub, and I think Son from the start.
Yeah, so that's a real good shout. For me, I would say, I want to say Naby, but I think I'll go a bit different. I think maybe Bobby will be one of the standouts for us anyway, because last season at Anfield he scored that nice little header that Robbo crossed in, and that was the opening goal. But then I think Bobby might want to prove himself, because in the Champions League final, I think he was a bit rushed back, and I think you could see it in his performance that he wasn't all there. So hopefully, like, he'll maybe want to score 1 or 2 against Tottenham. But yeah, for my impact sub, I'll probably go Lallana, same as you. I think he deserves to come on from the bench if things go a bit wrong for what happened last week. And then for them, it's like I said, I'm a huge fan of Heung-min Son. I wish he's at Liverpool, so he's going to be the danger man to look out for me. And then, who would be an impact player for them? Maybe Indon Belly if he isn't playing, because I think he's a really good player for Tottenham anyway. But yeah, that's a whole new conversation. But what's going to be your score prediction for Sunday's game, mate?
Before I do that, there's one person we forgot who always seems to score against Liverpool. Is Lamela.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot he was still at Tottenham.
To be honest, he does have a good record against Liverpool if you look. So I don't know, but anyway, score prediction. So I'm going to go, and obviously, like we spoke about, Alisson needs a few games to get back up to speed. So I think Spurs will score. I'm going Liverpool 2-1.
2-1 Liverpool.
1-1 at half time. Liverpool to score in the last 10 minutes, make it 2-1.
Ooh. Then nail biting finish then to the game.
I think we'll dominate the game because it's at Anfield. I think we'll dominate the game. It'll be a 2-1, which looks like we well deserve 2-1.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's fair enough then. For me, guys, I'm gonna go for. I think I'm gonna go for a 3-1. I think I'm gonna go for. I think I'm gonna go for a 3-1. I agree with you that the fact I think we're gonna look dominant because we're at Anfield. But I think they will sneak that goal in. But I think we'll win 3-1. But yeah, let us know in the comment section below your score prediction. Who do you think is going to score first?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. So which player do you think will score first then?
Salah.
Ooh. Funny enough, I was going to say Salah. But just Mo slotting away against Tottenham. It just looks nice, doesn't it? Salah scoring first.
He's got a good record against Tottenham as well.
Yeah, so. And if you remember, he scored that penalty when we won 6. So
yeah. I know. I remember that beautiful goal. You remember the 2-2 draw at Anfield? I think it was
the one where he ran through everyone.
Yes, that was. And they had a penalty that never should have been a penalty in the last minute. Well, in the 93rd minute, was it? I think he scored in the 90th minute to make it 2-1. It was 2-2 in the 93rd minute. They had 2 penalties that should never have been. They missed one, if you remember.
Yeah.
So we were quite lucky to get away with that one that day as well, a couple of years ago. So they've always been close, the games. They've always been close.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, guys, that's going to be our match preview. Thank you, Mickey, for coming on. Like always, guys, Mickey will be a part of the channel. He is a part of the channel. And yeah, he'll be on you plenty more times. Anything else you got to say about the game, mate?
Just everyone get behind the team. You know what I mean? The team needs our support now. Yeah, we shouldn't be feeling any pressure being top of the league. The City fans are already on about because we dropped points against United now that they're coming back to get us. Let's win these next 2 games, even if they win their next 2.
Yeah,
we've got to go into that Man City game, and if that's the one to me that I'm looking at. I know we should look at each game as it goes along, but that's the game I'm looking at. Win that game and go 9 points clear. It's proper psychological blow, and that's all I can think about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty dominating my mind, to be honest, because it's like you shouldn't do that, but for me, it's there. It's on the horizon now. It's a couple of weeks away.
It's one of those things, isn't it, where I think that even though we want to care about this game, that is the crucial game that we all are looking at.
Well, yeah, it's turning into the new game you look at from the start of the season, isn't it? You know what I mean? Because that's how it is. But we've definitely got to play better in 2 halves, not just 1 half against them. Because if we play poor in the first half, it could be beyond us.
Yeah,
we've got to play better. We've got to play better. So we've got a couple of games to get into the flow again.
Yeah. Exactly. I 100% agree with that. So, guys, if you could like, share, and subscribe this video, it would be massively appreciated. We are on the road now to 100 subscribers because I think now we have 52 or 53. So, thank you all for subscribing lately and showing the love and support towards the channel. So, I've been Connor and he's been Mickey from the Cop Council, and we will see you all in a bit.
See you all.